Microphone check 1, 2. What you gonna do after 3? It's your girl, Sheena Speaks. Your friend, your coach, your wing girl. Welcome to the After 3 podcast, where we drop 3 and you make moves. We are still in season 0 of the After 3 podcast. And if you forgot or if you don't remember what we mean by season 0, I always say we, like there's a bunch of us in here. It's just me. But if you don't recall or you forgot or this is your first time here, season 0 is me doing the podcast anyway. Me doing the podcast that I've been trying to launch for years right now. Without all the bells and the whistles, without the intro and the outro music, without the fancy lights, without the visuals. It's just me, Sheena Speaks, messy on the mic. And what I mean by messy is you might hear some background noise. You might hear me breathing on the mic. You might hear me tripping over my words. You might hear me losing my train of thought. You might hear me swallowing. I've heard all kinds of things when I replay this podcast. But it's all about me also facing perfectionism head on. Trying to make sure everything is perfect before I launch the podcast resulted in a 3-year delay. And I said, you know what? No more. I'm going to do it anyway. All of you know, or I'm telling you now, I am in the learning and growing business. And I decided to put my learning and growing on blast in front of everybody. I decided to grow openly as a podcast host as one of the things that I love to do. And I am waiting for the day when you say, I remember when you were just audio and now you are live in the studio. Because over time, you're going to see me get better and better and better at this. All right? All right. So what I am super excited about is this is actually the last podcast. Well, let me back it up. This is the last episode of season 0. By the end of this episode, season 0 will be completed. And there's so many lessons learned. I cannot wait for y'all to see just a little bit of minor upgrades for season 1. But to wrap up season 0, I'm doing a part 2 of Good Intentions, Bad Language. I actually have a bunch of these, but I'm just going to drop 3 more on y'all because apparently we do have good intentions, but there's just a lot of bad language that taints our message. And I don't know about you, but when I speak, I want to be heard. When I am talking with people who their relationship matters to me, I want to make sure that I'm building up the relationship and not tearing it down. There are so many opportunities for miscommunication where we say things wrong or we say things, we say it the wrong way, or we're saying in a way that we thought was good, but it just landed wrong. And I just want us to do better. So going into the new year, I want us to either stop saying some of these things or say it better. Let's go. First phrase. It's not a big deal. Well, if it wasn't a big deal, we wouldn't be talking about it. It's a big deal to someone that's part of the conversation. When we say it's not a big deal, the phrase minimizes before it even tries to understand. It shuts the door instead of opening it. Because at the end of the day, what you're really saying is, it's not a big deal to me, right? And here's another thing about that. If it is a big deal to you, don't say it's not a big deal. Talk about it. But if you or someone in a conversation needs to say it's not a big deal, what you're really saying, it's not a big deal to me. So what's a better way to say that? Because at the end of the day, right, we want to stop saying these things. Help me understand why this matters to you. Say more about what's bothering you. And remember, I keep saying this, you don't have to agree for something to matter. Sometimes you just have to listen. Don't minimize people. Don't dismiss people. And you consider your truth. If it don't matter to you, it don't matter to you. But if you want to build better relationships, if you want to have clearer communication without the misunderstandings and the misinterpretations, if you want to speak and be heard, you might want to say something different. Second one, I don't want to make this awkward. If you have to say that, it already is. It already is. You don't have to state the obvious. What you can say is, this might feel uncomfortable, but it is important and I want to talk about it. Or hey, let's talk about something directly. That way you go right through it. If things are awkward, I tell people all the time, sometimes we have to let that awkwardness be there. Don't avoid it, right? Because the awkwardness doesn't remove the tension. People can feel that. It just delays it. So if something needs to be said, say it. Get through it. Because on the other side of that might be growth, might be resolution. And that's what you really want, right? So if something feels awkward, talk about it. Name the thing. Whatever that thing is that no one's naming, name the thing. Hey, I would like to talk about X. I know this might feel uncomfortable, but it is important. And sometimes we have to show camaraderie when things are awkward. Even if there's disagreement, there could be a mutual space where you could say, I don't know about you, but I feel uncomfortable right now. And another person could say, you know what? I do too. Immediately you have that mutual understanding and you get through it together. So don't say, I don't want to make this awkward. It already is. Name the thing, talk about it, and get past it. All right, here's the last one. With all due respect, first of all, if you're already being respectful, you don't have to give that preface. You don't have to give that warning label that you're actually about to say something that you know the person might take as disrespectful, either because you are saying it disrespectful, or two, you know the person might take it as disrespectful. So if you truly respect someone, you don't have to announce it. Show it in how you say what you're saying. Your tone is everything. We already know this. But we still get it wrong. Your timing and your intention. Anytime I teach on, difficult conversations or having tough conversations, the first step is checking yourself. What is your intention? Is your intention to win an argument, or is your intention to get resolution? Is your intention to show people how bad you are, or is your intention to have a resolution? Is your intention to tell somebody off, or is your intention to make something better? If you're about to say something that you know is hard, just say it clean and be direct. And being direct doesn't mean disrespectful. You can be direct and respectful at the same time. And that's called being honest. And that's it, y'all. Good intentions, but bad language. We always have an opportunity to say things better. And listen, this ain't for everybody. If you out here and you like being rambunctious with your mouth, let's keep seeing how that works for you. But this is for the people who say, you know what? I want to have better relationships. I want to have better conversations. And I just want to have a better life. So if it hit, let it sit. It's your girl, Sheena Speaks. And this is the self-leadership conversation that needed to happen, brought to you by Trifecta Strategies. Don't talk about it. Be about it. And listen, if you want to stay connected, check me out on trifecta3.com. Not the word, the number. You can also follow us at Trifecta Strategies on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. And listen, I wish you the most prosperous 2026. I pray that everything that you've been waiting for, you receive what is meant for you early. I don't want you to wait till December 2026. I'm talking about the first week of January, that all the things that you've been hoping for, working toward, that you'll begin to see the fruits of your labor, the fruits of your prayers. And I just wish you all the goodness that you deserve in the new year. And I look forward to seeing y'all with these upgrades for season 1. Thank you so much. And hugs and kisses.